Well, there's been an increase in asylum seekers arriving in Australia by plane, prompting the opposition to demand a crackdown on non-genuine refugees. Political reporter Joel Philp joins us. Joel, a large number of people are coming from conflict-free nations.
That's right, Simon. Look, despite the fact that boat arrivals are now very rare in Australia, what we do have, according to this newly released data, is more than 2,000 would-be asylum seekers arriving every single month into this country. In the month of November, the vast majority of this number were from Vietnam. That was 444 people, despite the fact that in Vietnam, only 5% of those who apply for asylum are successfully granted it in the long term. So these are people which are flying into the country on other visas, such as tourism or student visas, and then applying for permanent protection when they arrive here and effectively are waiting out through that processing process. The opposition is effectively urging for a change that would see non-genuine asylum seekers, perhaps their process streamlined in some way that would enable them to not clog up the existing system while they remain here. Here's the Deputy Leader, Sussan Ley.
The thing to note is they're not coming from countries which are conflict zones. They're coming from countries where essentially they have peaceful governments and there is no war and there is no conflict. And they are taking the place in a queue. Think of those people who are patiently waiting in refugee camps around the world for their legitimate place to come and make a new life in this country, because they actually are coming from a war-torn part of the world.
Now, when the Albanese government first came to office, they were actually facing about half the number of these people arriving via plane every month, and that follows on from a significant dip during the COVID pandemic that's slowly been cranking up since then. But we also have, since the date of May 2022, the data on what are the top postcodes across New South Wales and Victoria of these asylum seeker claims. In New South Wales, it's Griffith coming in at first at 594, followed by Auburn and then Liverpool. In Victoria, it's Mildura with the highest number, considerably higher at 707. Then Robert Vale at 598 and Springvale at 541. And there are currently 31,000 asylum seekers in this country waiting for their applications to be processed. Simon?
Joel Philp live there in Canberra. Thanks so much.